This is the magicwordpodcast.com.
Hello, this is Scott Wells for the magicwordpodcast.com. This week we're going to be going to Philadelphia, where we're going to get a chance to speak with Marc DeSouza, who is the owner of the House of Magic, and he's going to be talking a lot about this new venue, which is a place for not just magicians to come and perform, but also for the public to come and enjoy some of the best magic in the world, as well as being not just entertained, but educated as well, because there are so many things to see and do there with his magic collection. He's finally going to have a place to put all of his things, rather than having to go to his house to see these things. You can actually see them on display in a public place, and it's going to be pretty amazing. Anyhow, as he was taking us through there, we had a little bit of problem with trying to get the orientation of whether it's profile or landscape. So there's a little bit of issue with that. And then also with the connection we had to keep going out and coming back. So hope I've tried to edit this as best that I can. But the point is that here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's just going to be pretty amazing. It's there's so many different magic theaters in the world that are opening then right now that are offering this style of entertainment to the public, that more and more people will get to know about magic, and give us also other opportunities for places, I should say, for magicians to perform, and opportunities for additional revenue and working in these places. Because you can also say, once you've been there, then you can say, I performed at the House of Magic or at the House of Cards, or different places around the world, and help with your branding as well. Well, I'm just going to shut up for here a little while and kind of let actually Marc do most of the talking, and let him show you what the House of Magic looks like. Now, let me also say, as we were recording this in late June, it was not complete. By the time this comes out, it will be just about ready, I think, to open to the public. They have been performing in the theater, in the Johnny Thompson Theater, but the rest of the place that stores and displays all of his things were certainly not ready, as you'll see in this video. But not only that, I think they will probably be ready by the time that this comes out, or pretty darn close to it. Well, I'm just going to shut up for now and introduce you to my friend. Please welcome Marc DeSouza here on The Magic Word. Today I've got with me someone who is a force in magic. He is not only a multiple award winner in magic, but also been very involved with the Society of American Magicians. Has, gosh, I don't know where to actually stop, because if I start naming many of the things that he's known for and what he does, and is not only a performer and an author, and everything else he does as a real estate developer, etc., there in Philadelphia, you probably know who I'm talking about already, and that's Marc DeSouza. And he is, I'm very thankful that he's been a friend of mine for such a long number of years then too. So we have a great opportunity to talk about stuff, because he is one of the most knowledgeable people about magic history, as well as other things, kind of a Renaissance man in his own way, and can answer questions on just about anything with great knowledge, at least with great confidence, whether it's true or not. That he will answer any question, I guess, that you happen to have. So I know that you run into this gentleman from time to time, wherever you might be, because he does attend a lot of conventions then as well. He's also the one who provides color for me on the many times, particularly at FISM. Again, because I'm calling on his vast knowledge of history and knowing what he has seen, and also can pronounce the names, which I cannot, of many of the foreign competitors. So please welcome my guest. He's actually just opened a brand new place, which I'm really excited about, and we're going to get to talk about in detail here, his House of Magic in Philadelphia. Please welcome my guest, Marc DeSouza. Hey there, Marc. How are you, sir?
Hey, Scotty. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good now that I've kind of wound down talking about everything. As I said, I can go on for a long time talking about you.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited about the House of Magic. Now, this is something that you have developed, and this is something, it's a phenomenon, I say, that is happening around the country and the world indeed, and where we have more and more magic venues. It's not just the Magic Castle, which is a private club. There are more public venues where people can go and see quality magic. And the one where you are then right now, Danny Archer and Marty. Martin has actually uh, closed their place, and so they actually are working over here with you. We can talk about that in a moment then too.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's this is the main thing in Philadelphia, called the House of Magic, and named after a suggestion by our friend Eugene. So
Right.
take it from there. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you mentioned Marty and Danny, and about 9 years ago, Marty called me up and said, "Hey, Danny and I want to start a magic theater. You want to go in with us?" And at the time, it was bad timing for me. I was very, very busy with my real estate development business, plus still raising two kids at home. So I said, "Look, I can't partner with you, but I will give you whatever help I can." And so I helped them with the designs of the interior. I gave them my architect to draw up everything for their permits and everything. And once they opened, I gave them about 75% of the artwork that was hanging in there. So I always felt very much at home when I walked in there.
Yeah.
And they operated, COVID was very tough for them, and they never quite bounced back from that. But they kept operating. And, in the back of my mind, once they decided to do this, I said, well, I've always wanted to have my own magic place, not necessarily a theater, but my own magic place. Obviously, there'll be a theater, but I wanted to be much more than that. And my wife and I started talking about, what's going to happen 5, 10 years from now when the kids are out of the house. We're going to want to downsize. Even if we don't downsize and just move, bringing my collection of books, props, memorabilia, and a 33-seat theater wasn't going to happen. So we knew, I had to find some place to put all that stuff. And so that was like that 5 to 10 year plan. But I kept my eyes open thinking, if I find the ideal spot, there's no time like the present. So we did find one place not too far from where we are right now that seemed to be a very good location. I started researching that, started going through the motions. But for reasons outside of our control, that fell through. A week later, I found this place. And when I hit here, it was like I walked around the outside of the building. This is a 100-year-old bank building, and it's an incredible condition. The location is phenomenal. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But when I saw the outside of the building, I said, this has great potential. When I walked into the place, I said, this is it. I knew. Within 5 minutes, I knew where everything was going on the first floor. And
That's amazing. You can envision all of that. I mean,
yeah,
as a developer, I'm sure that you
yep,
have done that a lot. But
yep.
this just because I have been to your home several times and I've seen your collection, and I know how well that you take care of things and how you display it, and the lighting and everything has to be just perfect. And so I'm glad that you found a place. Then you can kind of have this as as kind of a magic center as a museum for other people to see too.
Well, yeah, and what I wanted to do was not just have a magic theater. Look, a lot of places are opening magic theaters. Some are permanent facilities, like Chicago Magic Lounge, like Rhapsody Theater, like the new Hand in the Eye, all in Chicago. But around the country, there's a few others as well. Sparta Theater up in Sparta, New Jersey.
Mystique.
Mystique Dining, which that's a very different kind of thing because that is incorporating the dining experience with the magic. It's not so much as, I guess some of them now are kind of magic theaters as well, but they're magic establishments.
Sure.
I wanted this to be more than just a performance area. I wanted this to be a museum, a library, a study center, a place where we can educate not just magicians, but the public about the art of magic. And that's kind of what makes this facility a whole lot different than everybody else, because half of the facility really is focused on education, history, collecting, teaching. I mean, all of those things. But we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you before you go on, though. So we're here. We're in Glenside, Pennsylvania, which is a wonderful little town. Lots of great shops, restaurants, bars. It's just a great location. In addition to that, the Keswick Theater is just blocks away, which is a 1,000-seat Beautiful old theater that was fully restored, that brings in top talent from all over the country, music acts, comedy acts. There's another smaller facility up the street that's a non-for-profit called the Royal, that has music and comedy. This is already kind of an art center. When I thought about doing this, I did not want to be a restaurateur. That's never been in my mind. And nor did I want to clean up the mess. And more importantly, I want to support the community. And so, people have, 15 different restaurants within, either a 2-minute walk or a 3-minute drive. So it's a really well located area.
And the things that you are offering there at the House of Magic, again, I referenced Eugene, that it was Eugene Berger's quote of saying there are many rooms in the House of Magic, and that's where you got the name.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And there are many rooms here. We'll talk about that when we take a walk through.
And so when Danny and Marty had come over, are they managing this from the standpoint, I guess, of booking the acts, et cetera?
So when I found the place, I immediately called them, had them come over to look at it. They walked around and just were knocked out by it, even, without any construction taking place. And I said, how about moving smoke and mirrors here? And they didn't even hesitate. They went absolutely, because this is so far superior to the location they were in as far as the facility, as well as the facility itself. So they closed up shop at the end of December 2024. My guys, we got trucks and we moved everything out of there that we needed to move out of there. We left most of the stuff, but I mean, we even took the autograph walls from backstage. Those are installed here. You'll see those. But so basically, they were kind of out of business from the end of the year until the beginning of April, and first show was put up on April 4th.
April 4th was your first show, but that was kind of a soft opening, or was that the grand opening?
We're still in soft open. They've been running shows every weekend. I own the facility, my wife and I, and our kids, and I basically lease the space to them on a quote unquote as needed basis. What it really turns out to be, they're producing all the shows Friday and Saturday evenings and Saturday afternoons, which is the family show, and they take care of all that. We're doing private events, and we've worked out an arrangement where we kind of share in that. But they have said to me, look, anything you want to bring in, we'll be happy to take care of that for you. If you don't want to come over, we'll open it up. We'll get the tech running. We'll handle all of that. So it's just a great arrangement in that, in that standpoint. Is
there a hard opening date that you have currently in mind, or are you still thinking?
We have a time frame. Again, construction's not completed yet. The upstairs is 98% complete. There's just a couple little touch-up things and decor things finish here. But as I said, I've been running since April 4th up here, and we have a full certificate of occupancy to do that. The lower level, right now, they're working on finishing the library, which will be finished tomorrow. When I get back from Nashville, the S.A.M. convention, we'll begin putting books on the shelves. Once that's done, that clears out 3 of the major spaces that are the personality rooms, as I call them, the Hall of Fame. And so we're going to be able to put all of the props and costumes and pictures and memorabilia. We can put that all in place there. The main portion of the event center, we've run several events out of there already, catered events. But that'll all get, finished up, cleaned up. And then the other spaces, there's a media room. We have not yet brought over the videos and the DVDs. That'll be the last thing actually comes over. And then all the props, there's stuff out already, but there's still boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes.
It'll be a while before it actually all gets completely 100% up and running, I'm sure.
So yeah, we're really aiming to have it essentially finished by the end of August, and sometime mid-September we're looking at doing a grand opening.
That sounds great. Well, I think now's a good time for you to perhaps give us a little walking tour of the House of Magic.
All right, we're going to take a little cut, and then I will start you from the outside.
We'll see you outside.
Okay. Okay, so here we are. We're on the outside of the building. This is the brand new digital sign that was installed at 3 o'clock this morning. We haven't even gotten this programmed as of yet. So this is the front of the building. Where we are is at the corner of Glenside Avenue and Easton Road. I'll walk you down just so you can see the street side of this building. It's I'm going to turn and go this way. It's a good sized building, and it's pretty impressive looking.
How many square feet is in the building?
It's about 12,500 square feet.
Hmm.
So this is the lobby.
Oh, it's beautiful. Nice marble lobby, just like you'd expect of a bank.
And exactly, and all of the marble is all original. This area here, this is where the big ATM was, and we took that out.
So that's just the first door as you come in to the right. There's a little room off to the side. You say that was the ATM.
And
so that's your gift shop, I guess.
That is the gift shop. Exactly right. You exit through the gift shop, and the original intention was that we would do check-in of people here, but we decided just to put a table out in the lobby itself. That scale is older than the building, and that's how banks used to, instead of counting money, they used to weigh it. There are 2 bathrooms here. Originally, there was a single bath. We took the original bath, converted that to an ADA, handicap compliant bath, and built a second bath. So now we have 2 baths at the entrance.
And I also see the lights that you have are quite unique, that are top hats.
Exactly.
Kind of hanging chandelier top hats.
Yeah, fortunately, I have a. She does all of our community buildings in the communities that we build, and she just was, thrilled to come in and work with us on that. The poster that was painted by Kyla Moffat from Canada, who's the woman who has done Matt King's latest posters. When I saw Mac's stuff, I thought that was just phenomenal, and hired her, and she came up with just a great design. The stairwell here goes to the second floor. There's a single office up there that the guy who sold me the building is in. He wanted to stay, he just didn't want to own the building anymore. And this is the front stairwell to the lower level. We're not going to use this right now, we'll use this at the end, but that again is all marble walls and stairs.
Wow.
This side, that doorway was a smaller ATM.
Now this is behind you and to the left, yeah.
Yeah, this is when you walk in. That's the theater. We'll go in there in a minute, but this is to the left of the theater, and this is the dressing room. This is the green room.
Oh, okay.
This is all pretty much original. We just repainted it, did all new flooring in here, new carpets.
Looks like that might have been one of the bank manager's offices at one time.
Yeah. And there's a private bath in here, a closet, just a good size area, and windows that we have to get the blinds on, because sometimes we do have female performers here that do want a little bit of privacy.
And so when they go into that green room and they will dress, is there a side door that they come in back to the stage?
Yes, this is the dressing room. This is the door that goes right to the right side wing and onto the stage.
I see. And I also see the autograph wall.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. I was gonna do that after we do the theater, but you'll see the windows. There are 3 windows on the Glenside Avenue side, 3 windows on the parking lot side that kind of just look into nothing. We had specially designed antique magic posters. We had them duplicated and printed on cloth, and so they hang in the windows. So that makes a very attractive sort of facade for the public to see.
Right.
When you come into the theater, this area here is the area behind the seating area, and that's all used for storage. You'll see the Great Thompsoni poster, which is the Norm Nielsen piece, and that is because this is the Johnny Thompson Theater. And this is what the seating area looks like.
Is there a plaque or something, perhaps?
There will be eventually, but right now it's just the poster. And there are antique posters and more modern posters lining the entire theater.
Mm-hmm. I like the tiered seating then also. As far as each individual theater seat there goes, it looks like it's about 160 seat theater.
Nope. It's 103 seats.
103, okay.
The basic design was the Munch Theater from Germany. Danny had lectured there many years ago, and that's the design he wanted to use. He asked if he could buy the plans. They refused to sell them to him. They gave them to him instead as a gift. And so basically, Danny turned that all over to me because I had to redraw everything to meet United States codes and Pennsylvania codes because in Germany, they don't have those kind of codes. Up top, there are five rows of seats, very, very comfortable, good walk space between the aisles. You'll see the tech space back there that houses the lighting, the audio, and the video. The lighting system in here was designed by a graduate of Emerson College's theatrical lighting program. We have 6 moving headlights throughout, as well as about 25 stationary lights. There's a single light up here that trains onto the close-up table when we use that for any performers who want to do close-up. There's also a camera there that trains on the top of the table. There are 3 more cameras, 2 at the back of the house and 1 at the front of the house right here. And we have a switcher in the tech booth, which allows us a lot of capability to move, focus, zoom in and out. And so we have over the stage itself a 10-foot wide, not diagonal, 10-foot wide video screen with a rear projection system. And so a performer can perform close-up on stage, and basically the screen is literally at the top of their head. So you can look at the table, watch the performer, and then just look up and see the close-up of the table. It's just a really, really good system for both the performer and for the
audience. Do you have a person who is a full-time, I guess, sound and light guy?
No, basically, Smoke and Mirrors kind of runs sort of as a volunteer operation. We usually have 3 or 4 people minimally here every show that help out with the seating, the check-in. Usually Marty runs the tech when he's here, or we have somebody else. We actually have one of my friends, his daughter is really into tech, and she's been coming in working on a number of shows and learning. She already knows audio, but now she's learning the lighting as well. So one person can run it comfortably if it's an easy show, but we like to have 2 people back there. As you mentioned, this is the right backstage area. This is one of the 2 pieces of autograph wall from the original Smoke and Mirrors Theater. And all of this artwork that's here is to go downstairs for the museum portion. You'll see more of the artwork that's already hung up here. The stage itself is 10-foot deep and 25-foot wide, and you can see some of the lighting grid up here. We have lighting on the back wall, but we also have lighting on
LED and intelligent lighting and all that.
Everything is LED, and as I said, we have 6 moving headlights. The lighting board is completely programmable. We have a number of what we call looks built in that were already programmed, about 8 or 10 looks, but we're going to be doing some new ones because as we're running shows, we're finding things we'd like to change. This is the other side of the autograph wall. This side of the stage also has a doorway that goes out into the hall area as a secret exit should we need to either do a runaround or secrete something in the vault. So
I understand.
This is the hallway.
Well, it looks like, by the way, the wings has adequate room to house some illusions to come on and off. As opposed to, let's say, the House of Cards, as you know, in Nashville has no wings whatsoever.
Right, and nor did Smoke and Mirrors. They had a backstage area, but no wing space. And somebody tried to do one illusion in there. That's about all you could get. I could barely fit all of my props in for my regular stand-up show. So this is a luxury, and we had an act in that had 3 illusions. So that's a piece of cake. So this is the hallway poster gallery. I differentiate that from the art gallery, which you'll see why in a moment. But this is all poster art from a variety of different ages and different people, different types of shows.
Pretty impressive. Yeah, that's the Hall of History of Magic.
Right there. And this is an Alexander 3-sheet. On the other side, you saw a Levant 3-sheet. There's bigger ones that go in the theater. There's a George 8-sheet in the theater, and there's a Carter 8-sheet that'll be going up. This picture of Fred Capps was a gift from Mr. Copperfield because this is the Fred Capps close-up theater. And so this is a 25-seat close-up theater. Has its own separate lighting system, which is fully controlled by the performer. It seats 25 very, very comfortably on 2 different height seats. Right now it's kind of in disarray. We intend to have it done. This is a temporary table. This is a Tabman crab.
Yep, I remember Tabby.
Yeah, but we're getting a custom-made semicircular table, and we'll have the seats around the table. But Danny is the one that's mostly been performing in here, and he doesn't want people around the table. He really does a parlor act. And so back there is a beautiful piece of Fred Capps that was done by my friend John Midgley, who is currently the S.A.M's national president until next week. You'll see another piece in a little bit.
There's a lot of posters. Yeah, they're just butted up against each other. There are so many. Yeah.
So this curio cabinet will have a bunch of different magic props, and the lower area is bottle storage. Those will all be multiplying bottles. But I have to press the secret code. I'm not going to let you see the secret code.
Okay.
Well, it's secret.
That'll keep it secret.
Exactly. And this opens.
So you got to spell the word SECR. Got it.
This opens up, and this is the VIP suite. That'll eventually be operated by scanner cards. So the VIP members will get their own private cards. But you'll note that all of the artwork in here is all Chung-Ling Soo.
Chung-Ling Soo, yeah.
This is the Soo suite. There's one new piece that's right there that I just picked up at the framer last night that goes right there. And the reason I have all the Soos in here is because apparently Chung-Ling Soo was canceled because of cultural appropriation. The Magic Castle has taken down all of the Chung-Ling Soo art because of that.
I heard about that. I don't believe that the Magic Circle has done that, but I did hear that the castle did.
The castle I meant the castle.
Yeah, no, you said the castle, but I'm just saying the circle didn't, but the castle did. Yes.
So in the hopes that I don't get canceled, I keep them hidden in the secret room.
So this again is for like VIP members, and so this is kind of like a speakeasy in a way.
Yeah. So I'm not allowed to use that word, speakeasy. That's,
okay.
In New York, they don't want to use that word. Kind of a joke, but no, we don't call it the speakeasy. This is the VIP lounge. But we have a Saint ice maker and a refrigerator back here, and people can bring their own beverages. It's a BYO. We don't serve any beverages or food. We don't sell beverages or food, but this is one of the 2 spaces in the whole place where they can have refreshments.
But people could perhaps store their wine in some of when we get to the vault area?
Well, you're going to see that in just a moment.
Okay.
Because this is indeed how
Because as you walk out of the Fred Capps room and then kind of go to the left over there, there is a cool picture that looks like then of the vault.
That is the vault.
Wow. The Vault of Secrets. Yep.
It is the Vault of Secrets because as Jim Steinmeier says, the Vault of Secrets is an empty vault. Can I go to the other way on this so you can actually get a better picture? Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what that looks like. Jim Steinmeier said the Vault of Secrets is an empty vault. Our vault is not an empty vault. because when you go in, each one of these safe deposit boxes will contain magic tricks.
Mm-hmm.
And so during some of the close-up shows, a number will be freely chosen, and someone from the audience will get up with the host. They will be given the key to open the numbered safety deposit box. They will remove the box, bring it into the theater, and the performer has to do that trick.
I like that.
The other thing is we can also have borrowed objects appear in some of these. So you would borrow a watch or a phone, and
or signed card, whatever.
Yeah. No, that seems a waste.
It does. This is really going a little bit overboard.
Trick, okay? And it'll appear in one of the doors. But you mentioned the storage. These are the teller vaults. There are 12 teller vaults, and this is where they used to keep the cash. And my buddy Larry Schwab has a business called Houdini Lock and Safe Company, 4 locations in the Philadelphia area. Larry is a locksmith, and he came in. His guys reprogrammed each one of these, so now we have current combinations for those, and those will be the VIP wine lockers. We have cataloged all the safe deposit boxes that actually do have keys still. We have those all cataloged, so we're able to use those. And as we come out of here,
that's phenomenal. And look like you have hundreds of those little boxes. I mean, of course, different sizes, but
there's about 2,000 boxes.
2,000 boxes.
2,000.
Gee, yeah. Christmas.
Yeah. So this is the ADA and VIP entrance. This is the elevator. We had to build this whole new portion to the building. This is all new construction. There was never before. So we had to build it. It turned out to be a whole lot bigger and a whole lot more expensive from the parking lot to the first level. But that elevator also accesses the lower level of the museum, as well as 2 floors above us. The 2 floors above us also have offices. Above us is a hipster tattoo parlor, and the 3rd floor we have not finished renovating yet. We don't have it there. So this is, I call this the art gallery, the upper art gallery. These are not magic posters, these are pieces of art. So here's a beautiful piece of Orson Welles done by Darren Brown. The pieces of Brecky and Mark Raffles were done by Jay Fortune from the UK. The Tamarese piece, this is another John Midgley. I have a very large collection of Fabrini Krishi's work.
I was going to ask about Fabrini because I knew that he had several, and I'm glad to see that you have some displayed there.
Yeah. So, and the Penn and Teller, that's another Jay Fortune. There's a piece of Vito Lupo done by Joe Bauman. This piece is about, that's about 40, 45 years old.
I have one, and you have one. Vito came to visit my house one time, saw that picture, and he said, "I don't even have one of those anymore."
So Jill became a friend over the years. She used to exhibit a lot at the Philadelphia Science Fiction Society's annual convention. When I saw that, I knew that's an artist I needed to know. There's another piece that I have. You won't see it hanging here, but you've seen it in my home, called The Queen of Hearts. And there's a whole story about how I got that. But so this is the bathroom area. There was a single bath back here. We turned this again into 2 baths. This one is the ADA compliant bath. And again, there's artwork through here as well. And so we created 2 baths. Okay, so that is the upstairs. Now we're going to go downstairs. There's construction going on down there. Here, hold this for 1 second.
Downstairs where you might have trouble.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to see if we get the signal there or if we have a problem. Let me take you out the back. Okay, so this is the outside of the building. This is the whole new entrance that we had to build on to the building.
That's the parking lot back there?
And this is the parking lot back here, which all has to be redone.
Yeah.
This is the old drive-through. That's the one area we haven't yet determined what we're doing with.
Well, you can have that as a drive-through gift shop.
Well, unfortunately, it's too far removed from the theater to do that. I did have people suggest a drive-through magic shop, which may be
The only one of its kind in the world, a drive-through magic shop.
in history.
Yeah.
But this is new. This is the elevator that takes it. Exactly. Yeah. Well, let somebody else do that one. I'm not having that. So this is the stairwell downstairs. Normally, people won't use this access, but we have it anyway. So this is actually the entry. This is the elevator lobby to the lower level. So this is the media room and study room. There's a table that'll have the computer monitor and all the machines to play DVD and VHS tapes, but we're digitizing everything. And there's a table here that'll have 4 chairs around it for guys to session. This is not, I mean, they'll say it on the museum store, but it's not really officially part of the museum, as it were.
So when people load in their illusions, do they have to go and put it in the elevator, or can they go straight in?
They could go in from the street level, the original entrance. They can pull up there and unload there, or there is a way to pull up very close to that in the parking lot, just past the handicap parking, and that'll allow them to unload and go in the front door. But the easiest thing for all of them is to just load into the elevator, and that goes, of course, to the first floor. These spaces here in the elevator lobby, these will all be filled with art. This first door, this is the elevator room. This is the utility room.
With all the mechanical stuff.
Exactly. So this hallway, when you come in it, you will just see magic art on both sides, and you will see a bookcase. Well, when you pull a particular book out of that bookcase, it opens up into this.
And that's going to be the
this is
library.
The Eugene Berger. This is the Eugene Berger Library, and he's already hanging there.
Yeah.
On both sides, the room is 31 foot long, 11 foot high. That's a lot of book storage. And the piece of Eugene, that's another Jay Fortune piece. Jay made that one special for me.
Yeah, I've not seen that one before. Very cool.
Yeah. And we have a separate heating and cooling system in here just to keep the books properly conditioned. So at the end of the hallway here, this is what we call the Houdini room. We call it that because of the stairwell. There is no escape. It is the stairwell to nowhere. There used to be a door at the top of the stairs that was sealed off 50 years ago, but they kept the stairwell here.
That's interesting.
So we're calling it the Houdini room. That is not an original. That is as close as you will get to an original, because it was printed on a press from exactly the same period as the original was pressed.
And the picture itself that we're talking about here is this upside down water
torture
escape.
cell. Yeah, it's a biggie. It's a biggie. The glass case houses a number of pieces of Houdini memorabilia. The pieces on this shelf here are all made of wood that came out of Houdini's last residence in New York City, crafted by Barry Spector, who also just brought me this, which is a one-of-a-kind piece that Barry made of Houdini in a jail cell. There's also a matching piece of the water torture cell that'll be coming over in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So the rest of this will be another one of another large bookcase, shelving here. And this area here is all going to be cases for primarily smaller props and finely made stuff. This apothecary case here houses all Gap coins. There are a number of smaller boxes, storage boxes that have all Gap coins in them.
It's interesting.
This,
You just got the traveling magician just sitting on top, just because you have no place else to put it for now.
well, that's kind of where it's going to sit.
Yes. Okay.
That's in my house. I had it sitting on top of a case just like that. So, and there's a blooming orange tree just hanging around.
Yeah.
So, so this is the Del Rey room. It's also known as the toy room. This is all the props that are not the necessarily historically significant stuff, and we're just getting to unpacking these boxes.
Ball and vase, dye tubes. I mean, dye
Oh, no,
boxes.
you'll see those. You'll see those in a minute. No.
Oh,
This is like
okay.
this is like the bigger stuff. This is like that's a whole collection of just nests of boxes.
Okay.
There's
Square
a couple
circles.
of Carl Williams stuff. The larger Nielsen stuff that doesn't fit in the glass cases from the museum.
Rice checker cabinet.
There's a few out there, but there's still more. Yeah, this is the Okido version of that. This is a checker cabinet. I have two of these that were made by Norm Nielsen. And that's an Okido table that Nielsen did. This stuff here, this is Michael Baker's stuff. Michael is the guy that's doing the Asian themed props now, since Norm has passed. He was doing them before Norm passed. But he does a beautiful job, and there's a lot more Michael Baker stuff that'll be put out. But I've got just a whole bunch of tables. There's a lot of Onverdi liquid stuff in here, bird cages.
Mm-hmm.
So that's this area. And now we go into the main portion of the museum. This is the event space.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Which we call the J. Marshall room, because nobody liked a party better than J. Marshall. So this actually has current seating for up to 80 people for a sit-down meal. We created a catering space. We do not allow cooking in here, but caterers do need a prep area. So we have ample counter space, a microwave, refrigerator, sink. Next to that is the ADA bath. There are actually 3 bathrooms down here, as well as the water fountains that are required by law.
Right.
The tables here, these came out of the bank lobby. These are the old tables that used to have the slips that you filled out for your deposits and withdrawals.
Right.
We repurposed these, and they are now each seating for 6.
For catering whenever they come down
Exactly,
for parties.
exactly.
Or whatever.
And we redid the lights on top, which are not working now after I got my guys, but they're now battery operated with a remote control switch. But this is, that main entertainment space. We'll get to the cases in a couple of minutes. We have an 85-inch screen TV that is actually hooked into the video switcher in the theater, but also we have alternative hookups so that we can patch in any video we want, including computers for PowerPoint presentations. So this is another secondary meeting space for people who want to hold meetings here.
So it could even be an overflow, I guess, if the audience wanted to watch the show from upstairs.
Yep, or if people just didn't feel like going to the theater and wanted to hang out down here and eat and drink, because you can't eat and drink at the theater.
Correct.
So this space here currently houses all of the boxes of books that will be going into the library. Once this is cleared out and all the boxes on the shelves, these become the Hall of Fame. So the room we're in now is the Dick Gustafson room. This is all magicians from the Mid-Atlantic region. That would be New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. We go through here. The second room is the rest of America, which is called the Harry Blackstone Jr. room. You'll see a number of mannequins with costumes. These are all original costumes. This one is Bill Rauscher's.
Oh, Bill Rauscher.
This is Bill Rauscher. This black set of tails here, this was Dick Gustafson. I have a new shirt for him on order. Behind that, Harry Blackstone Jr. This is Milburn Christopher. This is another Harry Blackstone Jr. Behind Milburn is, this is a jumpsuit that was what Doug Henning wore on his last TV special, the Big Apple special.
Yeah.
Back there, the tails back there are Richard Ross from Holland, Grand Prix winner, two-time Grand Prix winner. And these costumes here, he's fallen over. I want to make sure that doesn't happen. That's going to happen. Okay. Stay. These costumes back here are, I'll try to shoot it from this angle. These are LeGrand David costumes from the LeGrand David show. Marco, a couple of Marco's costumes and one of David Bull's costumes. This is a table. This was Marco's main table from the LeGrand David show. That's his garden of flowers. This room is the rest of the world. And so there's props and costuming from people like Paul Daniels, Billy McComb, Richard Ross will go in here. There's the big Ricciardi poster.
Sure.
Yeah.
By Joseph Gabriel.
Yeah, no. That's the original.
Oh, it is.
That's what Joseph Gabriel copied.
Okay. Okay.
He made one for me that says Marc DeSouza, so I haven't matched that. But these are just a variety of props that are personality pieces. This is John Mulholland's last working case. This is Jim Steinmeier's liquid glass. This one belonged to Harry Blackstone Jr. There is one of Harry's lucite tables that was made by Merv Taylor. This is, I should turn this the other way so everybody can see it. This was one of Carol Fox's tables.
Oh, yeah.
Behind that, the Jack Shannon's tables. I have Harry Blackstone's Nielsen came to table. Behind that, Billy McComb's working table. So just lots and lots of different really cool things. A large collection of Walter Shepard made props. One of my favorite craftsmen.
Yeah, you're going to be having to have a full-time curator once that you get this up and running.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we're doing is we're going to be using QR codes so that people can shoot the QR code and
get the full story.
And they're going to get the story right on the phone of what they're looking at. That's an original Leon haunted house. This is an Okito Mandarin transformation that was custom made for Bill Dotson from Louisville, Kentucky. Dotson was the guy who taught Del Rey Electronics. This is a dollhouse made by Dick Gustafson, used in his show. The brooms back there were from the LeGrand David show. That's the broomstick suspension. That's the LeGrand David shadow box. Big tip over trunk. So now we get to the fun stuff. So this room, as I said, is the main event room, but we're not always going to have somebody here. So the doors to the Hall of Fame rooms are lockable. The only things they get access to are the big props, which are behind velvet ropes, and 10 glass cases, which will all be locked. But there's some pretty cool stuff to look at here. So this entire case is all cups and balls.
Wow.
And that's a variety of different cups and balls from different makers, different eras, different cultures. Just a lot of pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. Yeah, wooden and brass and copper and
absolutely ceramic.
Yeah,
there's just a great variety. This whole case is all Norm Nielsen. These are all props that were either made and decorated by Norm or made by others and redecorated by
goodness
Norm.
sakes. Wow, so colorful.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. Nobody was better. And fortunately, I was friends with Norm for a lot of years, and he was kind enough to do some specials for me. Some of this stuff in here is just like an assortment of different types of things, older basswood props, metal work from the, from late 1800s, early 1900s, a whole collection of Demon Wonder boxes, not all Demon, but Wonder boxes. This is a lot of Merv Taylor stuff right here. Variety of different Merv Taylor props, other metal props, including a P&L aerial fishing set, which you don't see a lot. There's another checker cabinet down there. That's a Loring Campbell checker cabinet. Some Owen, some more. These are the P&L Phantom tubes, but also some other Phantom tubes. This is an Okito wand transposition, Klein Swirl It box. There's a couple of different silent Mora sticks here, signed by Mora, hand decorated. That's the regular size and the larger size. In the green box, this will be going into the other room. That's Fred Caps's Vanishing Candelabra. That's not on display till we get the other rooms set up, and that's actually Caps's Chinese sticks. This is Danny Dew's set of the Skittle Trick. These were Greg Wilson's billiard balls. I'm talking about Mark Wilson's son. Mm-hmm. Behind that are a set of pewter walnut shells that were Frank Garcia's. A couple of dice cups that were Don Allen's. Some salt shakers that were Mr. Goshman's. And a lot of Ramsey thimbles. On top of that was Adelaide Herman's breakaway fan. And again, a lot of, little interesting metalwork pieces, brass, some stuff from Germany. That set of cups, that was Louis Ganson's set of B&L cups. That's his personal working set.
Who wrote books about Vernon's routines.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So this side of the case, this glass case, the top four shelves, this is all magic wagon props from Thailand. Beautiful wood and resin props. Some very clever stuff. More checker cabinets down here. Cage Vanish Reappearance. Another checker cabinet there made by Paul Lembo. And more smaller props, including an Unverdi key chest. And this light bulb thing is pretty interesting. That's the Scotty York light bulb trick. But this one was Scotty's with the lie detector that also goes off by remote control. There's a lot of interesting props. This is a case of statuary. The ones in the back on the first two rows were all made by Juan Luis Rubiales. And then there's a number of smaller pieces as well. On this shelf, these are all pieces that were made by John Martin, the amazing craftsman, originally from Sweden, but lived in England for many years. Great holdouts, ring pulls, birdcage pulls, and in the box there is his spirit lock. There are a few Tony Moretto pieces here. The bronze piece that you see came out of Richard Ross's Magic Art Center, which is no longer. The bust of Jean-Eugene Robert-Houdin and the Matthew Bookinger piece were both made by Thomas Kuntz. Those were the Vernon playing cards that were given out at his birthday celebration. And more statuary, assorted statuary. And you mentioned die boxes. I have a few.
Yep, there's a whole cabinet full of like about 150 die boxes there.
Maybe not 150, but a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some very unique ones here. There's a die box that uses a bird cage instead of a die, a clock, a pack of cigarettes. This is the most unusual one. This is a glass front die box, and when you tilt it, you actually see the die move over to the other side, and then it visibly vanishes. And it's all done with camera shutter pieces that are activated by weight.
Oh, wow.
Piece that there were only 3 made, and Paul Lembo recently restored that one for me. That's the front one. There is the Wellington, which is one of the cleverest ever made. Here's a Michael Baker piece. More. We're getting into some silk caddies here and other block tricks, not just die boxes.
A lot of fascinating and beautiful boxes. And things to look at. I would think when you're talking about having a QR code, that's what's going to take a lot of time. This looked like it took a
Yeah.
lot of time in order to just display those the way you have then right now. But then the
Yeah.
next hardest thing is going to be just to do those QR videos.
Well, they're going to kind of be general discussions of what they're looking at, not extremely detailed, because those are mostly for the public, not magicians.
That's a good
They're
point.
not going to. They will neither care nor appreciate the detail that I would have to go into. Any magician that's going through here is going to want a private tour.
Yeah, right.
This whole cabinet that we're looking at now, this is all Mikame from Japan. Everything in here was made by Yonezo Mikame, my favorite manufacturer of magic.
Always mispronounce that as Mikami.
Yeah, and I was told it's Mikame, but I could have been lied to. Who knows? A lot of Japanese inexhaustible boxes. I won't use the general colloquialism because I don't want to get canceled. Flip over boxes, lots of ball and bases, and a bunch of Morrison pill boxes, coin chest where the coins vanish one by one. A Richard Gurlitt's piece back there, which is a version of the blocks of San Yen. A Sheishin No cabinet back there from Viking. A very large Morrison pillbox made by Angelo Ifredi. Sets of glass linking rings, which you don't dare do a crash link with.
No, no.
And more rice, orange, and checker versions here. There's an interesting glass penetration that was custom made for me. That was custom made for me by Douglas Wayne. It's for the Heart of Glass, the Pope's presentation. There's that's a Walter Shepard crystal silk cylinder. This is not like the final resting place of a lot of these props. Once the other rooms are set up, there'll be stuff juggled around. There's a bunch of Grant stuff here. RC. There's a P&L appearing fish tank. Some Richard Himber stuff. A lot of beautiful metalwork, including a few coffee bases. The box contains a spirit bell, a National Magic spirit bell, some original Chavez props. These are from the Chavez course. Some other manipulated stuff, including a large set of Thayer turned billiard balls that were a gift to me many years ago.
Thimbles
and P&O, candle through, there's a glass through hat. Just an assortment of props there.
flip over vanishes.
Yep.
Tear apart.
The rice chest vanish again. That's a grand piece.
Loadables.
Loadable. Yeah. And this final cabinet, the majority of this is work of a guy named Ray Bradbury, not the science fiction author, the British sculptor. Ray was a magician, and he worked his real job. He did custom statuary and awards for a variety of different industries and sporting things. But he took it upon himself to start doing magic-themed stuff. And so he primarily worked in pewter, but occasionally did bronze pieces. All the pieces that look like resin, this is actually reconstituted ivory.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. He did the frame pieces that you see are primarily the pieces he did for the QE2 cruise every year. Every year, Repro 71, Jeff Maltby, hosted a cruise to somewhere. So Ray always did a special piece for those cruises. But his work was absolutely incredible. There's some pieces in here I'm not supposed to have, but I was fortunate enough to meet Ray and visit him in his studio. And I bought pretty much everything he had. And so he said, I will make sure that you get everything I make. So even stuff that's privately issued that I'm not supposed to have, and I won't say what they are, but I got them anyway. And then there's some cool Mickey Magician stuff.
Yep, Mickey Mouse.
Yep. And then going down here is the other side where we've got a This is Doug Henning's Duck Vanish from the show Merlin. We've got a lovely coin ladder made by Owen Magic, an aerial fishing set where the bowl lights up. And this is a version of the Germain flower growth. The guy I got this from actually owned the original, but Ken Klosterman badgered him for years. And so he finally sold it to Ken because he needed money. And Ken gave him the money to have another one made. So this one does not work on the clockwork principle. This is electrically operated, but the illusion is absolutely phenomenal. And the drapes that are part of this are all original Germain drapes. And finally, a zigzag made by Dick Gustafson.
Made by who?
Dick Gustafson.
Oh, Dick Gustafson.
He was an incredible craftsman.
All of that is there in the area which you call again the Jasper, or I guess J. Marshall party room.
Yep.
Man, that is fascinating. So does that bring us to a close?
That's it for the moment.
Yeah,
we're like I said, we're under construction. We're going to have the library finished this week when I get back from Nashville. We'll be stocking the shelves, which means then I can outfit all of the Hall of Fame rooms and get the rest of the stuff out. There's still some stuff to come over from my annex, but most of it's pretty much here. We're anticipating having everything finished up by the end of August.
Okay. Well, it sounds fantastic. And for people who want to visit, they should, I guess there's a website where they can.
Yes. Our website is houseofmagicpa.com. I have not been keeping up with it the way I need to. The sister site is smokeandmirrorstheater.com. If you want to come see shows, go to the Smoke and Mirrors site because you'll be able to purchase tickets right on site, and you'll have the current listing of all of the performers. They have booked out the entire year. Everything is booked through the end of 2025. So if you'd like to work at Smoke and Mirrors, or excuse me, House of Magic, plan on 2026 and send your videos now because we're still continuing to look at videos to see who's coming. And there'll be some weeknight type events. Right now, the shows are just the weekends. We're going to wait until fall before we start booking Sunday or weekday events. Plus, I'm also running the lecture series here. So we already have David Parr coming up in August. In November, Frank Everhart Jr. from the Florida Keys is coming up. That's going to be an amazing lecture. Holy cow. This guy is a bar worker. My buddy Mike Miller has seen the show 25 times. He just loves it.
Wow.
And Frank's dad, Frank Everhart, is the guy who worked the Ivanhoe Bar in Chicago.
In Chicago, sure.
Decades. And he's the guy that's generally credited for Sam the Bellhop, which Frank Jr. does, oddly enough.
Well, congratulations on this whole venture that you have provided and that you're carrying on such great history and letting everybody know about this and making it available then to the public then as well as magicians.
Well, yeah, and that's, I want to create a magic savvy public. We want people to understand there's so many facets to magic. Every act you see is different. If we're bringing an act in, it's for a reason. They're worth seeing.
Right.
So we're hoping to have, some shows that'll be, right now, most of the shows we're producing are 1 or 2 person shows. They're doing 75 to 90 minutes. So the shorter shows, we have somebody just doing an opening 15-minute spot. So we get a 90-minute show. But we will be mounting shows where we'll have, 3, 4, 5 different performers in a single evening, each doing 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we want to cultivate a new generation of magicians here by giving them a place to work so people can work out their crafts. We're going to be doing the equivalent of open mic nights. These are not open per se. These are curated. You have to submit what you want to do, but we want to give people a place where they can perform new material that they're working on in front of the public, and give the public, a great look at magic and the ability to go out on a weeknight for a relatively low ticket price and see some great magic.
And that's the thing, you will be open pretty much 6 or 7 nights a week, ultimately.
We're hoping at least 5 nights a week. Yeah.
Right. Well,
plus we're also not tied to exclusively magic. So we are making the theater available, one, for private events, but also for other people who want to bring other things in, like a comedy show, like a small music show. It's an ideal opportunity for them to do that.
Sounds ideal. Marc, thanks very much. I appreciate the tour. This has been fantastic.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you here coming soon. Of course, after when this airs, it'll be after we are finished with FISM. But as I always like to close, can you tell me what your magic word would be for the House of Magic?
Wow. I didn't even think about that. Holy cow. Oh, how about devotion?
Ooh, yeah. That's good. Yeah, because you are devoted to making this the best it could possibly be. And well, I love it. Marc, thanks again very much. I appreciate your time and showing us around there as well. And good luck. And I'm looking forward to come out and see it sometime.
Absolutely. Love to have you come visit anytime, Scott. And for the rest of your listeners and viewers, if you find yourself in coming to the East Coast, give me a jingle, give me a shout. We'll try to arrange for you to see the place in person.
There we go. So with the Magic Word Podcast, that was Marc DeSouza in the House of Magic. This is Scotty out. Thank you, Marc, for giving us a tour of the House of Magic. That is an incredible venture that you have undertaken, and you have had such passion for magic for all of your life, and it's evident by what you have collected over the years, and finally going to have a place to display this. It is just a walk through history. Certainly, it's not just the current people, nor it's just not the older people or things from other generations past or other centuries. This is something that is living and breathing, and it will be a testament to not only magic, but also to your devotion to magic. So thank you, Marc, so much for doing this for the magic community in general. And again, I recommend if any of you get a chance to Philadelphia, to travel there, you certainly have got to make the trek to go to the House of Magic and check it out. So until next week, stay well, get booked, and remember to be devoted. Have devotion. This is Scotty out.